Hello, welcome to my stream. Today I'll be playing more of The Legend of Zelda The Oracle of Ages. And last time I still was trapped in the freaking Hero's Cave, but I could make through the lava room and also the next room after it. But then I got stuck in the final room of that sequence because I ran out of Pegasus seeds. And then I decided to leave the cavern, get more Pegasus seeds, and while I was doing that, I also wanted to use my gacha seeds because I had many of them. I had like 8 of them. So I planted them, I collected some rings and also some items. And now I use them all, and I could get some good rings that might help me in the cavern, or at least in the room that I'm stuck right now. So today that's my plan. I will return to the Hero's Cavern, see how much progress I can do in there, and also I'm sorry about being a bit late of my scheduled time. Today I was a bit late in both of my streams, right? So I'm so sorry about that. Um but on Sunday, usually when I'm streaming Final Fantasy VI, earlier today, it takes a long time. It's a very long stream. So after it, I still have to eat something, to get some food, and to rest a little bit. So yeah, today I needed to rush a little bit about that. But here we are. That's what matters, right? And let's see how much progress I can do in the Hero's Cavern today. I probably won't be streaming for too long, but hopefully in the time that I'm streaming I can do some good progress. So let's go. Or at least some good attempts, right? Because I don't know if what's to come in that place because it's freaking hard. But here we are again. Now I have a good amount of seeds. I have 48, that's fine. I also have the ring that can help me with this. Hey Early, welcome back, man. How are you? Could you rest a little bit between the streams? I rushed, but I could rest a little bit, man. And I decided to get the freaking pizza, rip my money because it was so expensive today, but yeah, I got the pizza, so we are good now. And I mean, we are good about food, but we are not good about the Hero's Cavern in game. But let's hope for the best. And yes, I was talking to you offline that I can look for some recipes later, right? And also see if I can create something weird in here with the things that we have in Brazil. No, man, this is the extra dungeon. This is the dungeon that is available in this game after using the code from Oracle of Seasons game. So I have completed Oracle of Seasons in my 3DS, and I used the code I had in there to this game. And now this is the extra dungeon. So I believe that after this dungeon, I will receive some very good item or reward, and probably I might have some boss fights in here, extra boss fights. But the real final dungeon of the game is not in here, it's in the Black Tower, and I plan to go there after this. I hope I'm near the final part of this freaking place. I believe I am because I could get past many difficult rooms, right? My problem in the room that I'm stuck right now is execution. But hopefully I can do it. Because it's a room that requires a lot of long jumps. And I need to be precise and fast. But I would say that I don't think that the final dungeon of this game is harder than this. So this can't be the final dungeon, but I believe it will be easier than the real final dungeon. because this is so hard. The difficulty here happens because maybe the game knows that I could beat Oracle of Seasons. I beat Oracle of Seasons before, and then it decided to be super hard because, oh, you could beat that game, so let's see how good you are. Try beating this now, and here we are. That's the logic that I see working in here. And also some people told me that the extra dungeon in Oracle of Seasons is much harder, not harder, sorry, it's much easier. It's much easier than this. Okay, that was a very bad job. Oh my god. Let me equip the ring. The Pegasus ring. Wait. It will increase my time to use the Pegasus seeds. There we go. Oh my god, wait! Don't jump that far! No! Okay, this is a very bad start. Can I heal myself somewhere? I think I can't. Because those urns right there, they don't have hearts. Okay, let's be careful in here. Seriously, I couldn't make the jump? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm here, now I need the switch hook. There we go. I have no idea how to go up there. I wish I knew how. Maybe if I shoot a seed in there, can it help? I don't think it will work, but I'm curious. Yeah, never mind. I don't think it will work. The Rock's Feather can't get me there. Hey, Victor. Yeah, man. Today I streamed twice. I streamed Final Fantasy earlier, and in the final part of the night, I streamed Zelda. And I'm playing Oracle of Ages, or I should call it Oracle of Hard Puzzles. Maybe. That's a better name for this game, man. This is so hard. Maybe if I jump and use the sword. It almost works, but yeah. Have you ever played Oracle of Ages? Because this is a very hard game. And I'm doing the extra dungeon. You love the Game Boy Zelda, so you probably have played this one. I'm playing the extra dungeon of the game. It's in here because I used the code of Oracle of Seasons. I could beat Oracle of Seasons in my 3DS because of the Virtual Console, but this is my first time playing this game, and it's one of the hardest Zelda games I have played so far. You never played it? Man, it's hard. It's good though, it's very good. But if you really want to do everything of the game, be prepared to struggle. Or maybe it's just me, maybe I suck, and I know that I'm not the better Zelda game ever, but in my opinion it's a very hard game. Not sure if I think that it is harder than Link's Awakening, but I could say that it's almost there at the level of Link's Awakening. Yeah, there are some difficult parts. I will forget about this rupee, I don't know how to get it. and it's not very important for me now. So this was the room that this is the room that I need to pass. I need to get there. But I couldn't do it last time because I ran out of freaking Pegasus seeds. No, I'm not doing 100%, but I'm doing everything I can find or everything I suspect that can give me something. Almost everything. There are some mini games in this game that are hard to do, so I'm skipping a bit of those things. But this is an extra dungeon, so it's an interesting thing to complete, right? It's a whole new place and also some side quests. I tried doing some side quests too, but if I tried doing 100% of this game, it would be super tiring, especially because of the connection with Arc of Seasons. There are some other codes that would unlock things in here, and I'm not using the codes. I only used two codes of Arc of Seasons. The one to open this dungeon, and the one that gave me the rings that I had in there in Arc of Seasons. There are so many details in this game that if I tried doing 100%, it would be very long for me. Actually, last time, a friend of mine told me that it seems that the the time for the fastest speedrunner of Arc of Seasons and Arc of Ages to beat both games 100%, I believe it's like 10 hours and something, almost 11 hours. I believe that was the time. So that shows you how much stuff both games have, if even if you try to speed run. So yeah, 10 hours, more than 10 hours I believe. Yeah, it considers both games. It considers Arc of Ages and Arc of Seasons, 100% in both of them. But still, it's 10 hours. For a speedrun, it's a very long time. Especially for a Game Boy game, right? You would expect uh, a lower time than that. But it seems that it's 10 hours. Yeah, it's still pretty much. I agree with you. Oh yes, I remember now. I need to hold the bomb and throw it in here while I'm in the minecart. But I need to do it right. Let's go. No? Okay, there we go. Now I can use the switch hook. And this is the part that I couldn't do last time. It's because I need the Pegasus seed and also the Rock's feather. I think I will switch that. Yes, like that. So let's go. First attempt. Wait, how can I get there now? If I fail, I come back here, but do I need to restart everything? That's so annoying, and I will run out of bombs if I need to do this many times. This is so bad. I will run away, not run away, I will run out of bombs. You know what? Maybe I should check this. What's in here? Yes. Oh, there wasn't nothing in here. Nice. It is a very punishing puzzle. I still prefer this than the previous puzzle though. That was a very evil lava room before. This is much better. So yeah, it's possible that I fail many times and I will need to waste it again to get more bombs and then return here, but that's fine. Let's keep going, let's see if I can do this, hopefully I can. Yes, there was a lava room before with platforming, yes, and a puzzle. It was lava, platforming and a puzzle, the three of them together. And I needed to do everything in a certain time. And if I failed, I needed to do everything again. So it was so annoying that room. Maybe if I leave um, and I need to come back here later, I can show you the room. Oh, you remember that? Yes, it was very hard. But thankfully, I couldn't make it through the first time or in the first stream that I got to the room because I was already very tired. But thankfully, when I returned to the game in the next stream, I did it in my like second attempt. I could do it in the second attempt of the stream. So thankfully I got luck. Oh, wait, why my button didn't work in there? Oh boy, but this is so punishing. It's too much punishing. How many jumps do I need to do? I need to do 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. Okay, let's keep trying. Oh, I did it, but I landed so far. Oh, I almost did it. Okay, I'm getting better at least. Not at throwing bombs though. Oh yes! No, it... I can't believe at that! The floor breaks! Victor, the floor breaks! And also, look at that! I'll need to do those last 2 parts in a row without stopping to breathe. Otherwise the floor will break. I know, man, I know. The challenge is real in here. But I will do it. It can take the time it wants, but I will do it. I believe I might be near the end of this place. There's no way they can be more creative about super evil puzzles worse than this, because yes, they are getting in a level of evilness that is already too much. So they can't be even worse than this. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Let's go. Oh no! Thankfully, I'm super patient, man. I will struggle a lot, and I know about that, but I'm super patient because I know that I can do it. This is like Kaizo Mario levels of evil, it is. But this is a child game, right? It's a game for all your, I don't know, all the children. All of them can make through this, right? It's a game prepared for them. Oh my god, really? It's rated E for everyone. I should rate this or hate this, right? Hate this instead of rate this. But if I could rate this, it's F for frustration. That's how they should rate this, and I should hate this. But yeah. Damn it! I will run out of bombs. That's the worst part. Thanks, Victor. I know I can do this, but it might take a while, man. And the worst part is repeating everything. But that's how old games work, right? Oh no! Why? Oh my god! That is the worst part of this. Because I don't know why I couldn't go there. Let's go again. Yes, 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 no! Oh my god, I'm getting there. I can do this. Maybe in the next attempt, I mean, after I get more bombs, more seeds, and more health too, I'm almost dying. That was super close. Oh my god, seriously? I won't die here before I run out of hearts. I want to leave this place, heal myself, and then return. Because I don't want to waste the red potion that I have. I should save it. So I might try some couple more attempts. And if I fail, I will leave this place, heal myself, and then return. Do this! Come on, jump properly. I can't jump in that direction, it's so difficult. I swear, I pressed the button. I pressed it, and it didn't work. Come on, maybe it's my controller fault. It's not, right? The problem is always the player. It's always the player. But I repeat, this is much better than the freaking lava room. That room was so bad. Okay, maybe now I should leave. I will try one more. One more try. And then I will ace this place. It's always the controller. My controller is bad though. At least yesterday it wasn't working very well when I was playing Final Fantasy. No, come on! Okay, I'm leaving. I will heal myself and then I will return here. I will also get more bombs and Pegasus seeds. This is the lava room. It was so painful. Look at the puzzle. I need to move that die, right? I need to move that die to these three places without dying, and while the lava is cooled down, or while it's cooled down. So I have time to do it. And then it returns to lava. It's so bad. But thankfully I don't need to do it again. Yes, I know, this place it's a nightmare. And if I fail, I need to do everything again. Oh yes, I remember how I aced at this place. Never mind. Never mind. This is the best way to ace at this. Saving and quitting. How would that even be possible? I did it! It's possible, it's just frustrating, but it's possible. I'm exploring this place since like um, last week, the beginning of last week maybe. I know that I have been trying to beat this cavern for like 3 or 4 streams. So yeah, and it's still not over. It is crazy, yes. But it's good when you finally do it. That is also the good part about taking these challenges, right? So you have never played either Oracle of Ages or Seasons? Oracle of Ages, this game, it is more based on puzzles or hard puzzles, while Oracle of Seasons is more based on battles and fighting. So when I played Oracle of Seasons on my 3DS, I could progress very quickly through the game. It was a breeze, but by the final moments of the game, by the final parts, things started to get hard about fighting in there. You have only seen playthroughs of the Oracle games. They are very good games. I would say that because of the challenges, I'm liking this more than Oracle of Seasons, because the challenges and the struggles that I'm having in here, they are more remarkable because how hard they were, right? Or how hard they are. So you can remember them better, or yeah. While in Oracle of Seasons the game was so fast, or the challenges weren't that great. So it's easy to forget about them. But there's one thing that I prefer in Oracle of Seasons. It's the graphics, because you can change the seasons in the game, right? You can change from summer, autumn, winter, and spring, and the way that work in that game, it's very amazing. I believe it's the most beautiful Game Boy Color game that I have played so far. The colors in that game work very well for a Game Boy Color game. Okay, I can't go to the place I wanted to go in the present, so I need to go to the past. I don't know if I could say that one is better than the other. I know people that prefer this one. I know people that prefer Oracle of Seasons. I was expecting them to be much closer than they actually are. They are very different games actually. I was surprised by that. Yes, the way that they used the colors in Oracle of Seasons, it's very impressive. I need to say that. Oh, there we are. These are the seeds I want. Then I need bombs. I can buy bombs, right? So yeah, before starting playing Oracle of Ages, I was thinking that it would like a lot. I mean, it would look like a lot Oracle of Seasons. But no, it's a totally different game, so that surprised me a lot. And also the puzzles in here are crazy hard. But I still think that Link's Awakening, that game is nasty. Link's Awakening is so nasty. have you played Link's Awakening? Because if you played it, you know what I'm talking about. That game is so nasty. It's amazing. It's one of the best Zelda games I have played in my life. But it's so hard. It's so hard. Both fighting. Yes, I would think that they would be something like Pokemon. Pokemon Red and Blue. They are almost the same game with small differences. And yeah, but no, these games are not like Pokemon. You are playing through Link's Awakening for the second time, good luck, man. Link's Awakening is so hard. But now that you know about the game, it will be easier. But in my opinion, it's so hard. It is one of my favorites too. But I believe I should have played it after I had more experience with Zelda games because I decided to play it very early. And I don't know, maybe that's why I think it was so hard for me because I needed more experience in Zelda games. I played it after I beat my first Zelda game, which was the first Zelda, The Legend of Zelda for NES. And besides that, I have only played a little bit of Ocarina of Time. But yeah, that was such a small experience in Zelda games to play Link's Awakening then. And then I struggled. I needed guides, I needed help from friends, and after many attempts, I finally could make it through Link's Awakening. Maybe if I played Link's Awakening today, I would think that it's easier. It's still hard, but easier. It was your first Zelda game. It took you like 15 years before you figure out what to do. It's so hard. It's so hard. My first Zelda game was A Link to the Past, and I got stuck in there because I didn't know what to do and I couldn't understand English by that time. So my frustration made me give up on Zelda games for many years, and then thankfully after some time, people told me that, oh, you should see Ocarina of Time. It's one of the best Zelda games ever. It's the best game I have played. So that made me curious about Zelda again, and I checked. I checked what Ocarina of Time was about. At first, I was normal about it, but then when I really decided to give it a proper look, then I started to understand why people loved Ocarina of Time. And then I tried it, but I just played a little bit. That's almost exactly how it went for you. Yes, nice. And then I finally started enjoying Zelda games again. So I bought the first Zelda game, I played it, I liked it. And then I played Link's Awakening. Then I finally beat Ocarina of Time. Then I played Oracle of Seasons, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Minish Cap, Force Wars Adventurous, and now I'm playing this game. But for the longest time in my life, I couldn't support, or I couldn't, not support, that's a bad word for what I want to say. I couldn't handle, right? I couldn't handle Zelda games. Thanks to A Link to the Past. And yes, I also played A Link to the Past. I forgot to say that. I could beat it. You borrowed Ocarina of Time from a friend, and since then you have been hooked on Zelda. Yes, I could say the same. But it was not only Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time made me interested again, but before beating Ocarina of Time, I beat the first Zelda. So I would say that Ocarina of Time, the first Zelda, and also Link's Awakening, because these were the three Zelda games that helped me to enjoy Zelda again. So yeah, these three games helped me a lot. Ocarina of Time the most, because it was the first and also maybe the most interesting one. But I had so many good memories with the other two Zelda games for portable. Indeed, the same. It's the same. I started it, but then I stopped and I played other games. And before going back to Ocarina of Time, I decided to play the first Zelda game. And only after Link's Awakening, I returned to Ocarina of Time. We have the same stories. That's funny. That's funny. But was it blind for you? Because it wasn't blind for me. Uh, I watched all Ocarina of Time playthrough on YouTube before playing it by myself, and it felt like watching a movie. Maybe that's why I think it was interesting, because the story was very good in the game, and thanks to that I could enjoy Zelda. I could enjoy a Zelda game, right? Thanks to the story and the plot and the characters and the dungeons and how it felt like an adventure movie. And then I finally played Zelda games for real after that. But yes, we have almost the same stories about Zelda. It was blind for you, that should be even greater, right? Also, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask wasn't totally blind for me. Actually, yeah, it wasn't totally blind for me because I also watched Majora's Mask on YouTube. Oh, you finished it in 1 week? That's a very good time. I got stuck in the water temple. So I would say that I was 1 week in the water temple. Something like that. It was 1 week only in the water temple. So after Ocarina of Time, which Zelda games you decided to play? You mean, oh, you bought Majora's Mask too? Oh, you played Majora's Mask blind. You played the original or the remake for 3DS. I would say that the original is much better. It's much better. I didn't like the changes that they did in the remake. It's like a total different game. Oh, this part again. Come on. This is painful. The original, yes, it's much better because it's much more darker and difficult, right? So Majora's Mask, it's a game that you need to suffer. You need to suffer in that game. If you don't suffer, then you are doing Majora's Mask wrong. That's my opinion. And in the remake, they help the player a lot. They they allow they allow you to save the game when you want to save the game. They give some masks in different places that are much easier for you to get them. They help you a lot. The notebook is improved, and yeah, I didn't like the changes. The boss fights are different too. The fairies, you can see them in your map. You know, that doesn't make sense for Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is a game for you to suffer. Because if you don't suffer at that game, you won't understand what the game is about. But yes. Oh, okay, Victor, that's fine, man. Switch hook, come on. There we go. Yes, Majora's Mask, it's a game for you to suffer. And also, it's a very dark game, so if they make the game lighter, it loses its purpose. I believe they did some other changes in the remake that made the game less darker and depressing. It might be some small details, but yes, it needs to be very dark, that game, and also you need to suffer in there to set the proper mood and tell the story properly. Agreed. Totally agreed. Usually I prefer playing the originals, but there are some cases. Why I can't? Okay, there we go. There are some cases that I would be down to play the remaster version. They made the moon look derpy instead of scary. Also, Georg. Georg looks worse now than before. He was spookier in the original. There might be other things that I'm missing, but yeah, I believe when you reach the Deku's palace, I believe that after you have the dialogue with the Deku's king and stuff like that, uh, when you when you when you are leaving the Deku's palace to look for the swamp temple, I remember that they are cooking the monkey, and if you return there, you see the monkey almost getting cooked. But not in the remake. In the remake, they lock the monkey again in the cage instead of cooking him. I know that it's a small detail, but it makes such a difference because it's more serious in the original than it is now. That's something that I also noticed. I believe they did. I can be wrong, but I was checking a person playing the remake recently, and that was the idea that I could have. At least in my memory, in the original, the monkey is almost there, almost being cooked. That completely changes the vibe of that. Indeed. So, and the thing that you can save whenever you want. That's that's the worst in my opinion. That makes the game loses, right? That makes the game loses its meaning. Or maybe I was right. That makes the game lose its meaning. I believe that's the way to say it. You can't save all the time because you need to use your time in the most efficient way. And if you fail, you need to try again. Indeed, you won't feel the pressure of the game. So yes, I was very disappointed about the remake, but I have to say that I have to tell you that the graphics looks amazing. They look amazing, right? They look amazing in the remake. It's a very beautiful remake. But the changes, they were so unnecessary, or they could be avoidable. I believe that the changes they did in the remake of Ocarina of Time, they weren't that different, right? They didn't change a lot the game, I believe. I still need to check the remake better or give it some time to see how it changes, but I believe that they preserved most part of the original in the remake. Yes, you need to be there for a very long time. I agree. And also, yeah, I believe the remake of Ocarina of Time is still good. It still it still has the feeling of the original. But the remake of Majora's Mask, I was so disappointed. But yes, I was telling you that usually I prefer playing the originals, but there are cases that the remake can work well. For example, just now we had the Crash Bandicoot trilogy remastered, and by what I could see of the games, I would be down to play them for sure. Because the games look amazing, they are still like the originals, they are the same games as the originals, so that's a remake that I would be down to play. Yes, it does. I hope you have checked it out. I have watched a little bit of the first Crash Bandicoot and the second. They both look amazing. That part is the worst. You know what? Maybe I need to go uh, to the area more to the right of that spot, and then I return and do a better jump, because if I try to do two jumps in sequence, they don't work well. I don't know why. Maybe because of momentum. Maybe I should go to the corner. It isn't our kind of... really? Man, you are missing such a good game. Why? Are you not down for platformers? If you like Sonic and Mario, you'd enjoy Crash. To be honest, Crash and Persona, they are the only games I really like for PlayStation. They are the only reason I would get a PlayStation video game or a PlayStation console. I really like Crash Bandicoot. It's not your type of platformer? Man, that's so bad. Do you still remember which one you have played? I know that they are still very close, but the second one is my favorite. Crash 2 is so good. It bores you? Oh, that's so bad. I can't understand, because in my opinion the stages they have very different mechanics. Maybe you tried Crash 1. Crash 1 is hard. Crash 1 is hard and it might be the easiest one to make you tired. But Crash 2 and Crash 3, the stages have very interesting mechanics going on. There are some racing stages, there are some chasing stages, there are some uh, airplane stages. The game varies as much as you play it. I don't know, I think it's a very interesting game. I believe you tried the first one. The first Crash still have Sorry, it still has. It was. Oh, are you kidding me? You tried Crash 2 and you didn't like it? Damn, it's my favorite. But yes, no problem, man. If you didn't like Crash 2, I need to respect you, right? That's fine. That's fine. I also enjoy the music of Crash 2 so much. It has so many great songs. But yes, if you didn't like Crash 2, then maybe Crash is not for you. Maybe you're right. I feel bad though. I really feel bad. I don't know, Victor. I could only say that it's such a good game. It also reminds me of Rayman. If you enjoy Rayman, I don't know how could you not like Crash. Damn it! It felt a bit linear. You mean the stage, right? Yeah, the stages are very linear. I would say that too. There are some special stages though, on Crash 3 especially, that they are more open. But yeah, the stages are very linear, but they have some challenges. It's not a very easy game, especially if you go for extra stuff like getting the gems. Getting the gems are it's a very hard thing to do in the game. To get gems, you need to destroy all the boxes of the stages. They are very well hidden, and also there are some challenging boxes for you to destroy. So it's a very hard game. But yes, it was like I told you. If you like Rayman and Mario, so I couldn't see why you don't like also Crash. I would compare it also to Kirby, especially the way the stages are linear. Kirby also has some linear stages going on, so yeah. But if you want to play a Crash Bandicoot game that has a lot of different mechanics, then Crash 3 would be the better one. Crash 3 has very crazy mechanics going on in there. I still prefer 2 because of the music and also because I have some special memories. It was the first Crash game that I have played, so it's special for me. I believe that people usually prefer Crash 3. Yes, Crash 3 has a greater variety of mechanics going on, but you only notice most of them if you play it until a farther point. I mean, you need to play it for a little bit. You can't just begin it and stop right there. It has some airplane mechanics, rocket mechanics, jet ski mechanics, Indiana Jones mechanics. It has a lot of crazy stuff going on in there. Racing, it has racing too. Now I remember the racing. Yeah, it's a very different. Um, there are so many different stages going on in there. Especially the airship mechanic. The stages are very hard because you need to destroy some zeppelins, and the zeppelins they attack you and the enemies go after you. It's a very hard level of Crash 3. Okay, here I am. I will wait. I need to breathe before doing this. I'm nervous. I will fail so badly in this. I will drink some water. But let's go, let's try. Oh my god. Come on, controller. Work, please. No! I hate this so much. But that's the better way to do it. Oh boy. I know, but I'm learning this. Oh no, that was a bad jump. No, it wasn't that time. I need to do it again. I will wait again. Doing this slowly is much better. Why? Why is he going forward instead of going up? Come on. I hope that at least this room, this puzzle I can complete today. At least this room. Yes, okay, I'm here again. Oh my god. Go! I need to learn how to jump in there because it's tricky. I'm too scared to fall because of the hole that will appear if I stand in there for too long. And then because of that, I do everything wrongly, right? In the wrong way. because I'm too scared about falling into the hole. Oh, that was a very good jump. What happened right there? It's like the game glitched for some seconds. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Let's keep going. Yes, I also think that the problem is um, I need some luck too. It's not only coordination. I also need some luck to do this. Because the game acts a little bit weird sometimes. And also my controller. Like like now, for example, that was so weird. I believe that's my controller's fault. It keeps going forward, Link keeps going forward instead of changing his direction. Okay, maybe now it was my fault. Yes, I think so. This is not the best controller. And sometimes when I'm pressing um, two buttons at the same time, he doesn't do the diagonal. Um, he Link won't go in the diagonal properly. That's why he was going forward instead of going up. So sometimes it happens. It's weird. This is so punishing. Your Game Boy kinda does that. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't answer, right? It doesn't answer properly to our commands or inputs. Okay, I'm wasting bombs. Focus. Really? I wasted also that one? Oh my god, why? Finally! It makes any platforming way harder, indeed. This is also not the best emulation of this game too. If I'm trying to beat a dungeon and I need to use the map, it can freeze the game while I'm checking the map in dungeons. It happens if I try to switch the levels or the floors of the dungeons. And yeah, so when I'm in a dungeon and I want to use the map, I can't see the other parts of the map or the other levels or floors of the map. Otherwise, the game can crash, and it crashed a lot while I was playing. So it also made everything a little bit more difficult because I needed to check the map only when I was in the right floor. Yes, this emulation is not perfect. It's just another layer of difficulty. Indeed. Oh wait, why I threw that at the water? Come on. I'm running off bombs. Or running out, right? Running out of bombs. So I might need to leave again. Oh boy. Look at that. Why? Come on. I really hope that after this room I will be super close to the final part of this freaking place because damn, I can't take this anymore. It's so annoying. Come on, why? Why? Why you couldn't go there? I can't wait to make it possible. Imagine the speedrunners suffering while doing this, or maybe not. Maybe they can do this easily, but it's so hard for me to do this. Victor, thank you so much for your hope, man. I think you believe in this more than me. This is my last bomb. Also the fact that I played freaking Final Fantasy VI for a very long time and then I didn't have too much time to rest, that also matters. But this is hard. Even if I was um, already rested, I think that's a way to say it, this would still be hard. If I wasn't tired, right? Be careful in here. Oh my god, come on! And we need to leave. Save and quit. Best way to live. I'm also running away of... Not running away. Why I always say running away? It's running out. I'm always running out of money. My English is not working well right now. Maybe it's because I'm tired, because I'm frustrated. That's also another reason why I need some break. I'm doing this to get some money. I think that using the shovel is the better way to get money. Yeah, man, it's not super difficult, but I mean, it tires me even more because it's not my first language. That's also another reason why I try to not do super long streams, you know? Usually my streams are are for something between 2 hours and 3 hours, but in the weekend I stream a little bit more for like 4 hours, just like it was in Final Fantasy. But I can't stream for very long because my brain starts to make greater errors, right? I didn't see that. If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't see that. Okay, I will buy some bombs. Yes, that's true, Victor. That's true. This is also one of the reasons that I don't like streaming twice in a day, but I do it sometimes or in some days because I mean because of two reasons. First, I get tired or I will be tired in my second stream after the first one, and second, um, it's strange because some people won't be here because they were earlier, right? So it's not the best thing to stream twice in a day. I was doing it because I also knew some people that use it to watch me at night instead of watching me at the afternoon. But now it's more mixed than that or than before. So I don't know. Maybe later I decide to change that again. But I also need some days that I don't stream so I can rest and I can also work to keep improving the streams because I need some time to do stuff to create um, some new logos or images, layouts, overlays, and to learn things about streaming and stuff like that, or to do some tests, to get the games, to test them, and also to rest. But streaming twice in a day, it sometimes tires me. And resting is super important. Agreed. Tomorrow is my rest day. So that would be great. This is my final stream of my streak of 5 streams in the previous days. That's also another reason why I'm super tired right now. But I'm still fine. The only problem in here is that the puzzle that I need to face it's so frustrating. If this was an easier moment of the game, this would flow better. But no, this is struggle after struggle. So do I have enough bombs right now? Okay, that's a good amount. But I should get more Pegasus seeds. So we need to go to the past, right? Yeah, man, yeah. But I have a lot of games to play too. And if I didn't stream twice in some days, I would be lacking enough games to stream. Not lacking, right? I would be. How can I say that? I would be missing. I would be missing some games to stream. But missing in the way that I should be streaming them instead of playing always the same ones, you know? By doing this, I can have more variety of games that I'm playing at the same time. And actually it helps me to not get tired of the games that I'm currently playing. But the problem is, either I stream more than once in a day, or I stream in more days. So to save some days of not streaming, I need to stream more in some days. That was a choice. So I stream twice on Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Yeah, otherwise I would need to stream in the days that I don't stream, if I wanted to play different games. It's much better than streaming every day like I was trying to do when I was beginning with the channel and starting streaming. I was trying to stream in every day and it's not the best option at all because you really get tired. Okay, let me go there to get my Pegasus seeds again. I also need to heal myself. So let's go. That's true, man. That's so true. And I also need time to check other streams, right? I know a lot of streamers and I need some time to check their channels sometimes too. Okay, now I need to go to the Mako tree. Was it in here? Yes, it was in here, but in the present. Okay, let's heal myself again, and then we will be back to the freaking cavern of torture. Imagine if the next room is even worse than that. Yes, I would, man, I would. I really like my schedule right now. I can handle it well. But the hardest part about my schedule are these days that I need to stream twice, especially today because like I told you, it's the it's the final part of my streaming streak or sequence, right? So today is a very tiring stream for me to do, but I still can take it fine. At least I'm good right now. It's just that I wished I could rest a little bit more or have more time between the streams, but that's fine, that's fine. It happens sometimes. And I get so immersed on the earlier stream, on the Final Fantasy stream, that time passes by and I don't control it very well. And then I need to rush a lot after, but that's fine. I enjoy my break a lot, man. You have no idea how. Damn, I really like my breaks. But thankfully, after this stream, I will be able to rest a little bit tomorrow. But I'm also planning on check some stream things tomorrow and see if I can do some unfinished business. Yeah, my time flew in there. Which is a good thing. Wait, wrong button. But the thing is, in my weekends, I'm more focused on playing Final Fantasy than Zelda, while in my weekdays, when I'm playing Zelda, I can be more focused or more immersed on this game. But yes, on my weekends, I focus much more on the Final Fantasy stream. Also because it only happens in the weekend. So that's also another thing. It's like when I think on my weekends, the first game that comes to my mind is the Final Fantasy. It's not Zelda. So I dedicate myself much more in there. Oh my god, really? Why I'm not doing this properly? Okay, there we go. Switch hook, switch hook. Yeah, I can see that. I agree with you, Victor. Failed. I failed. But to be honest, regarding this part of the game of Arc of Ages, even if I'm tired right now, or even if I can't make progress, every practice on this dungeon counts, and every progress in here also counts. So playing this right now, it helps me to get closer to the final part of this game. Instead of, oh, I'm too tired, I will not stream Zelda today, guys, I need to rest, and next time I will play that game again. No, this helps me to get better at this and to practice and to learn how this works and to get used to the mechanics. So yeah, because this is so hard, and it's hard for me at least, as I'm not a very amazing player. I can't see myself as a very good player. I struggle a lot, and I play most games slowly, either because I'm exploring or either because I'm trying to get better or grinding or learning the game, things like that. I hope, Victor, I hope I can do it, but it wasn't right now. It's funny that after I destroyed the mummies, or the Gibdos, that is their name in this game, they don't respawn. But the freaking block right there, it respawns all the time. Oh boy. Okay, that was my fault right now. I pressed the wrong button. I could also use save state if I wanted, but I don't want to use it, man. I can I can um, try harder at this and fail many times, and it will take me a long time to beat this, But I still prefer doing that in the slowy way, or in the slower, right? In the slower way, instead of using save state. When I complete this, I want to be sure that I did everything by myself. There are worse, right? There are worse scenarios that I could use save state. That won't make me get better, that's true. I'm not saying that I won't use save state at all at video games. There are some games that I want to play that I might need some save states, especially some very old games like from for Super Nintendo, some crazy platform games, but it is more rewarding without save states, especially when I know that I can do it. I know that I can do this. I just need to keep trying. And I also need to be very patient. Yes, it's always better if I can avoid using them. I agree. At least for this game so far, I think I'm good without save states. Maybe if I start jumping like this, looking to the north instead of looking to the west, it helps me. And then I do a jump. Yeah, it's much better, right? It is much better. Yes, it's much better. Okay. When I'm trying to do that jump, I need to look to the north instead of look forward. I will keep trying that way. Maybe the same in here. It's a much more solid jump. Yes, it's much more solid. But that's the challenge in that part. I would need to keep looking to the north and then do the jump. But to look to the north, I will need to stay um, in that cracked floor for some time, and that's risky. But that's how I would do a better jump. I would need to be very quick in there, which is hard. I forgot to use the bomb. Oh my god, seriously? I was trying to look to the north. Oh boy, maybe if I try this with my keyboard, can I change that? Let me check some things in here. Because like I was saying, maybe this is a problem of using the controller. Maybe if I do this with my keyboard, it will be much easier. Yeah, I want to try that. The problem is, wait, I still need to um, configure to, yeah. So start, select, it can be shift, start, enter, not enter. So I don't know, space. It can't be space, caps lock, okay. Wait, no. Oh my god, wait. It got crazy. Wait. My emulation got crazy. Yeah, oh, okay, I see. That's what's wrong. Okay. Up, down, left, right. Z, X, A, S. Select can be D, C. I don't know. O, L, and P. I don't care about these keys right there. Then I select the second joypad. There we go. So let's try this way. Okay, it's not working very well because I'm not getting used to the keys right now. I'm still a little bit lost. B. Okay. No, I don't know if that will help me, man. Or if this helps me, I will need a lot of practice. Yes, I'm pressing everything wrong right now. It's so hard. Yes, I did, man, but it's so hard. The keyboard helps and it doesn't help at the same time because it's different. Oh my god. But if I do this with calm and practicing the keyboard a little bit more, maybe it gets better because I believe I can move faster, not faster but farther. I can move farther with the keyboard instead of using the controller, at least while jumping. I can jump farther. But this is a very difficult sequence of jumps. I almost did it. Maybe I need to be at the very border of the floor right there and then jump from there. Yes, yes, it should be easier, but it's not easy. Sometimes I press the wrong thing. Damn it! Come on. There's no time. Oh my god, I hate this place so much. I wasn't expecting that this would be that hard, seriously. Oh no! Wrong button again. Oh yes, I need the freaking switch hook now. Yeah man, I will return to the controller, it's not helping me a lot. I'm doing almost the same job as I was doing with the controller. Victor, this is impossible, man. 9-bit, hello, how are you doing? I hope you are great, better than me, at least. Welcome to the suffering dungeon of the game. In here, you'll be able to watch me suffering while playing this game, right? This dungeon is the worst place of the world. I hate it so much, man. Sorry, I'm so frustrated right now. But yes, how are you doing? This place is all about suffering. That's Zelda for me. Yes, man, you're right. You are good, nice man, nice. This is each time I'm playing this game now, it's every time a worse dungeon than the previous one. It never gets better, it only gets worse. And the thing that you need to restart everything again, that's what's the worst. If only I could keep trying from the last place I fell into the hole, but no, I need to do all the way back and restart everything again. That's the real pain about this puzzle right here, or this challenge. It's so tiring. Oh my god, so close! Last bomb. I think that after this attempt, and I will need to return to the entrance and get everything again, I will do it one more time, and if I still can't get past this, then I think I will try it again on Wednesday. So after this run, I will get everything again and try once more. But I believe that will be my limit of attempts for today because it's so frustrating. I know that I'm getting a little bit better, not always, but sometimes. But yes, I'm getting so frustrated by this. So now I will get my bombs and my Pegasus seeds again, and I will try once more. So yeah, 9-bit, I hope the things that you are in need to do, they are easier than this, and I believe they are easier than this. Yes, I'm not uh, doing this past my limits, right? No way. I will try once more, but that's it for me for today. It's easier, right? Thanks, man. Thanks to hear that. It really helps. It really helps my situation right now, right? Oh, it's serious, real stuff. Oh, dude, I hope you can solve it very quick, right? You can do it, man. And also the same values for you. Don't overdo it or don't exceed your limits. Do your best, but if you need to give it a time or to rest a little bit or to think more about it, don't stay on that. Relax, and then you solve your problem. So yes, I need bombs. Let's buy some bombs. Yeah, man, we need to solve our problems when we are in a good state of mind. That's why you're onto it. Yes, I hope you are being able to relax a little bit. I also like watching some streams that really help me to relax when I need to relax. Now I believe I'll need some money, so I will use my shovel for a bit. And I need my sword too. But yes, 9-bit, I believe I'm almost beating the game. I'm not sure if you know that place that I was. It was the Hero's Cavern. It is the extra dungeon of the game after I used the code from Oracle of Seasons. That's why it's a very hard place. So the game knows that I could beat Oracle of Seasons. So now it thinks that I can take those challenges in there. But after doing it, I will only be missing the final dungeon of the game, which is the Black Tower. A blue rupee! Yes! That's why the shovel is the best item or the best strategy to get easy money. It's easy, it's fast, it's pleasuring, and it's useful. Okay, now I can buy bombs. I still can buy 5 more, right? 10 bombs, okay. But I will have like 25, or can I hold 30? Oh, I can hold 30? That's good. So now I need to go to the past. And then I also need this. Wait. Okay. And this will be my last attempt for today. At this place. At that place, sorry. At that freaking place. Oh boy, maybe I should try to see if I play that freaking sequence of movements, if I do that quickly or aggressively, if that helps me instead of slowing down every time. Maybe if I try an aggressive approach, it helps. Maybe not, but it's also another way to try to do that. Oh, this place again. I forgot about this. Okay. Oh no! Okay, switch hook. And here we go again. Let's see if I try this more aggressively, if it helps. It makes it challenging to get to the challenge. Yes, Victor, this is so brutal. I hope the reward is awesome for this dungeon, because damn, it's so painful. Oh my god, so close! Why? Okay, trying this aggressively it's a good strategy, but why I can never do that? It never works. Why? Seriously. I think that after I get to that part, I can finish that. I can finish this. That's my belief. I will keep trying doing this aggressively. Let's see what happens now. Okay, that was bad. That was my fault. Oh my god, really? Come on, Link. Jump properly. Damn. Like I told you guys, repeating all this stuff is the real pain of this part. It's so annoying. It drains my energy, you know? Oh my god, let's go. Wait. I should have known about this. Of course, this will be worse than the previous puzzles. Even if at first it looks easier, it's not easier. I should have known about this. my god. Now nothing works anymore. Now I don't have a proper strategy to do this because it's all about failing. Damn. Maybe I should practice those jumps outside, but they don't go well, you see? What's my name? You could find it in the description. Oh, wait, do you mean the name of my channel? You can also see an explanation about that. But yes, my name is all about the Urna Riot, and at the moment, this is Riot, right? But yes, you can see everything in the description. If you check the about the channel section, you can understand why this channel has its name. And also you can find my name in there. So yeah. You forgot? That's fine. No! Seriously, guys, that's impossible. How that never works? Maybe this is easier than it looks, but because of my controller, emulator, and everything, it turns to be harder. If only I could get a ring that helps me to jump farther. But yes, I don't have a ring like that. It's funny that I can do that jump properly, but I can't do it from here. Why? Seriously, it doesn't make sense. I can never do it from there. Why? Come on. I really hope that this is the final room of this game. Or, not this game, sorry, this dungeon. Because, damn, it hurts my mind to keep thinking on worse places than this one. I need this to finish, to end. It's so near, but at the same time, it's so far. Imagine if there is a trick in here. Oh my god! I'm sorry, Victor. What do you mean, man? I couldn't follow that. Uh, I couldn't follow you right now. And I'm also getting super tired. Oh, yeah! Oh, okay. So I was right. For a little moment, I thought on the Titanic song. So you were quoting it. That's right. I'm falling like the Titanic right now because damn, it's been more than 2 hours trying this. And I think that I will need more 2 hours to complete this, or maybe even more than that. I hope not. I don't think I will be able to do this today. I can't even get to the freaking third part of the puzzle. This is bad. You guys know what makes me keep going at this place? Curiosity. Because I'm so curious to know what's next. Curiosity. Oh my god! Victor, this is not good, man. Houston, we have a problem. This is not good. Oh my god, this is not good because I will fall into the hole. That's why. And then I will need 2 hours again to get to this place. Oh my god, why I'm not using save state? I want to save state so much. But I won't do it. I won't do it because I have honor. So if I die now, I will die with honor. And that's it. At least now I know that it's possible and I can get to this place. So if I fail now, I will fail with honor. And that's it. I'm not using save state as much as I can, or I'm saying everything wrong right now, right? But I'm not using it, even wanting it so badly. No, I'm not using save state, man. I know, but I'm not doing it. I believe I will fail. But you know what? Getting there is easier than doing the full jump. I know that it's easier. But my controller can be crazy, or I don't know, a problem may happen. But it's easier than what I was trying to do before because the way is shorter. It's just a half turn. It's not the full turn. Maybe there is hope. Maybe this is the urn. I still can't believe I could get to here after all those attempts. If only I could move the block right here, damn it. Oh my god. All the practice paid off? Yes, but I'm still not there. And I will probably fail, honestly, I will probably fail. Maybe not. There's a chance that I'm seeing this worse than it really is, but I don't know. I still think that I would need more attempts until getting there. I know that I'm close, but I don't know. I'm not It's so risky. Maybe I can jump and instead of turning, Link will go forward. Sometimes it happens. Yes! I did it! It's over! We have honor! But I can go back there, right? No, I didn't. Because there was a floor master to get me. Do you believe that? There was a floor master in that room. Can you believe in that? Because I can't. I can't believe in that. Okay, now I know that there is a floor master in the next room, so don't be too slow in there. You need to do things super quick. I can't believe there was a floor master in there. Come on. Yes, there was a trap in there. Why? Why there was a floor master in that place? But I did it with honor. So I'm proud of myself. But I still can't believe on the cruelty of this place. Rated E for everyone. A game that all children should play. Oracle of Ages. It's now I understand why it's called Oracle of Ages, because you will be playing this for ages, right? That's why it's called Oracle of Ages. And I was so innocent thinking that no, the next room won't have traps or it will be worse than this. Of course I forgot about the freaking floor masters and I used my freaking red potion. I don't care anymore about the red potion. Getting money to buy another one, it's okay later. It's fine to do later. I can't believe at that. I know, now I can use save state, right? Instead of doing it all again. I'm down for that. Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down to save state now. I can't save state in this emulator, right? Yes, I can. Okay. But first I need to recharge myself again. I still can't believe there was a freaking farm master in the next room. It's so cruel. That was so cruel. And also, after getting to the new room, there wasn't a shortcut to get to there. I would need to do everything again. That's so cruel. I will need to buy another red potion, guys. So I need money. If I have to fight a freaking boss in there, it's better that I have the red potion. I don't know, man, but that's a good thing about playing this on emulator. So my Game Boy is safe. Damn. I'm starting to think that this game is harder than Link's Awakening. And I'm surprised about that. Maybe not the game, but that dungeon. That dungeon is so evil. The game in general is not harder than Link's Awakening, but that dungeon. So Victor, what did you think about Brazilian food, man? What are your impressions? Because this will take a while. I need to find red rupees and some blue rupees too. That dungeon. And maybe some parts, but in general, Link's Awakening was harder, in my opinion. You want to try? Yeah, man, we have some different stuff in here. You have also seen the video that shows the snacks, right? You have watched the barbecue one, but you also have watched the one with the snacks. We have so many good snacks in here, and they are so tiny. In birthday parties in here, we have a lot of those snacks. There are some chicken snacks, meat snacks, cheese snacks, ham snacks, fruit snacks, chocolate, coconut, so many different stuff. Oh, you only watched part of it. Yeah, there are some good snacks in here. And they are very small, and people make or they buy a large amount of them when we are celebrating something like birthday parties, for example. Oh, you mean I know what you are saying. Are you referring to the cream or to the thing that looks like a small muffin or a bread? Both are great, especially together or combined. It's very good. In the barbecue video, the first thing that they tried was fried banana, and it's also amazing. Yes, it's so good, Victor. It's so good, man. Usually I eat that with butter, but if I have the cream, the cheese cream, that is called the requeijão, then it's much better. So, does Sweden have right? Does Sweden have unique food? Do you have unique food in there, or typical food that I could only find in there? You don't think you have unique food? You probably have some, but maybe you don't remember, or maybe you don't think that it's very unique. Yeah, not something that pops out, right? So, where are you at Link's Awakening right now? My favorite dungeon of Link's Awakening, I believe it was the fifth one. The fifth dungeon is so good because it's the one uh, that is pirate related. And when I played that dungeon for the first time, most common foods now, oh, they come from elsewhere. Is it very cold in there? Oh, you are on the way to the third dungeon, okay. Do you remember the fifth dungeon? The one that you need to swim to get to that? I believe it's a grotto. I believe it's the pirate grotto. It's my favorite dungeon of that game. Have you ever watched a very old movie called The Goonies? When I got to that dungeon, I imagined myself watching the Goonies. It felt like the Goonies. So it brought me a lot of adventure feeling. That's my favorite dungeon. And one of the hardest dungeons, I believe it was the seventh one, because the boss fight in there was super annoying. It was the one in the top of the mountain, in the top of Mountain, and you needed to fight a bird. And if you fall from there, you need to restart everything. You have never watched it? Well, it's a very classic, it's a very old classic. When I was a child, sometimes it was aired on TV in the afternoons, so I could see it many times. Yeah, that dungeon was very hard. I actually have the book for the Goonies. I still need to read it though. Maybe maybe you are younger than me, so that's why you have never watched it. Okay, I can't get good rupees in here, so I return to the town. But of course, also the shows, right, on TV. Maybe you have watched different movies when you were a child because of the TV. Yeah, it is. It is a very old movie. It's from the 80s. The Goonies, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, Day Off. What else? Ghostbusters. All these movies were very popular in here. You have never seen them? Man, The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller Day Off, they are so good. I have I can show you them. Wait. I have them in here. Because I have the DVD. Hi, Snagert, how are you doing? I hope you're fine, man. Welcome to the stream of frustration. Because this game is so hard for me, and Victor right there is the proof of that. This is the Portuguese DVD of Ferris Bueller Day Off. It's called Curtindo a Vida Adoidado in Portuguese. You should really watch this movie, it's so good. And this is the Breakfast Club DVD, but of course in Portuguese. And it's called Clube dos Cinco. It means Club of the Five. Clube dos Cinco. So these two are very good classic movies. That's why I have the DVD of them. I love these movies. But yes, I'm a bit older than other people in here, I believe. So maybe that's why I know about these movies instead of um, also only have heard about them, right? But they are like my childhood movies. Yes, I highly recommend you to watch these two because of how classic they are, or how how they were important for the people that lived in the 80s. They are they were revolutionary. Yeah, the Breakfast Club, 9-Bit knows the Breakfast Club. Damn, it's so good. It's so good. And the soundtrack, I want to watch it right now again. I need to watch it right now again because damn, it's so powerful. The movie is so powerful. The characters are so charming, and yeah, it's so good. But if I need to recommend you my favorite movie at all, then I would need to say to you to watch this movie right here, Mr. Nobody with Jared Leto. This is my favorite movie at all because this is such a great movie. It's not very famous. Some people don't know about this movie, but I highly recommend you to watch this. It makes you think about a lot of things while you're watching this. Because the theme, yeah, write it right now, Mr. Nobody. Because you need to watch this movie. It's so good. It's like a sci-fi movie, but it's a bit different because it has some. How can I say? Well, I will try to explain how the story is. It's about a man, an old man, and actually he is the last mortal in Earth because in the future the humanity will discover the way to immortality, and this is the final mortal in Earth, living in Earth. And then the people that are immortal decide to interview him and ask him about how was living uh, while being mortal, right? How it was living with the possibility of death. And then he tries to remember how was his life, and then he starts telling about his story. But the problem is, the reason that he is not immortal was that he was frozen with cryogenic stuff. And many years have passed, then the humanity grew, right? And then when he needs to answer their questions, he can't remember exactly how his life was. And that's why the name of the movie is Mr. Nobody, because his memories are kind of distorted because of the time that he was frozen. And it's a game that discusses a lot about choices, the choices that you make in your life, and how your life can get to different paths because of your choices. And because he can't remember exactly how his life was, then he starts thinking that he had so many different lives in the past. And it's our job to try to understand which of that lives that he really lived or he could live was the best one for him. And by the end of the movie, there is a plot twist that happens. So yeah, this movie is amazing. It's a very good movie. I really recommend it for you guys, especially because it's not very well known. And if you search for people talking about this movie, everyone will say something good about this movie because it is so good. And also, it has a great soundtrack. I also love the songs that play in here. So yeah, it's a movie that makes you think about a lot of things. It makes you think about the universe, about what would be life if you were immortal, or how can we make the right decisions in your lives. So yeah, I really recommend it for you guys. It's my favorite movie. So yeah. And in case you watch it, please return here and tell me what did you think about the movie, because it's so good. It's so good. And it's so bad that it's not very well known. But yeah, I really like these types of movies that make you think about very different things and thoughtful things, right? Like choices that you make in your life, and what if I was immortal, or how will life be in the future, or yeah, crazy stuff like that. I love movies that have these themes. But yeah, that's the way I enjoy watching movies, right? I look for these types of movies. So, in my opinion, Mr. Nobody is a very life-changing movie because it makes you think a lot about different stuff and things that happen in your life, and choices that you make and how they impact in your life. And yes, it makes you think if you are happy with your choices, if you have the life that you planned to have, stuff like that. So, in case you try to watch this movie, I would recommend you to do it when you have a very good amount of time, because it's not a very short movie. I believe it's almost 3 hours, maybe 2.5. So it's not a very short movie, and also you are relaxed, right? You are not tired, because you need to absorb a lot of things that happen in this movie. So if you are tired, or if you are feeling tired, then we will miss a lot of stuff. You won't pay attention to the movie. This is one of those movies that it will be better if you don't go to the bathroom. It's a science fiction. It is. There are some very good science fiction movies. It's one of my favorite genres. I'm just next to my DVD collection, so that's why I could bring and show some movies to you guys. But yes, there are so many good movies about science fiction. Not all the movies, but some of science fiction movies are so good. Okay, now I'm only missing 50 rupees. Can I ask you, what is your favorite movie? Do you guys have an answer for that? Or do you have a favorite movie? Also, do you guys have Netflix? Because if you guys have Netflix, yesterday I watched a very good movie, because it shows, or it's about a very polemic or problematic theme. It's about um, animals that either can be your friend, or they either can be your food. It's not exactly a movie that defends hardly or heavily you to be a vegetarian, but it's a movie that makes you think about your alimentation habits. It's called I'm not sure if that's the way it's called actually, but it's something like that. It's a Netflix original movie, and it's very good. It's a very good movie, and I also thought it was very unique. So if you guys have Netflix, I also recommend this movie. But like I said, it's not a movie that will make you become a vegetarian, but it will show you the truth about what happens in our world about eating meat and eating animals and how it can impact the world and people. So yeah, it's a very interesting movie to think about that topic. It criticizes a lot of stuff, but it's not very heavy. You can see both sides of the issue going on in the movie. Of course, it has a little bit more of it's a little more heavy to the vegetarian line of the story, but at the same time, it's not that impacting or it's not that mind changing. It will make you think. It doesn't decide for you. I don't know how to explain that, but it's another good movie. So yes, if you guys have a favorite movie, I'm curious to know which movie it is. Maybe I have seen it. But damn, Mr. Nobody and The Breakfast Club, they are so good. 12 Monkeys, that's another movie that I need to watch, man. Yes, it's difficult to not lean towards vegetarianism, I agree. But this movie, it's a bit different. It's a bit different. It, like I said, it won't turn you into a vegetarian. It's not all about vegetarianism. It criticizes eating meat a lot, but it's different. It has some other logic going on, you know? It makes you think, and I believe that movies that make you think are great. And I was so satisfied by watching that movie, that Netflix original movie, because it was a very good movie. And about 12 Monkeys, I believe I haven't watched it so far. Is it your favorite movie? I have a friend and I believe he watched it and he told me that it's a very crazy movie, right? It's a bit complex. And I also know that Netflix has a series. There is a 12 Monkeys series on Netflix. Have you seen the series? Maybe if it's good I can try watching it. Okay, I got my 300 rupees right now. It's not your favorite, but it's science fiction that you like. Have you watched Inception and Interstellar and Contact? Damn, Contact. Contact is such... Oh yeah, 2001. I love that movie. HAL 9000 is one of my favorite villains of all time. I really like HAL 9000. Oh, here's another classic. Contact. Contact, it's so good, 9-bit. I love Contact so much. It's so good. And it's funny, you saw Contact in the theater. I have seen it years ago in a sci-fi club, right? A sci-fi movies club. And they showed us Contact. So yeah, Contact is so good. This is also another very good movie. It's called uh, how is it in English? I forgot. Why I forgot the name of this movie in English? It must be easy to say it in English. Oh no, it's not in here. Yes, being John Malkovich. Yes, that's the name of the movie. Have you seen that? It's so good. Also, Victor, if you have never watched Donnie Darko, please go watch it. Donnie Darko, it's so good and it's a classic. It's an 80s movie. I also have the book. I have to read the book of this movie. Is it in here? Oh, it's not in here, but I want to get the book. Okay, here it is. This is my Donnie Darko book. I need to read it so badly. And it has a plane to to mark the pages. It's so good. Donnie Darko, watch this movie. It's so good. It's about time traveling, and I don't want to say a lot about this movie. It's so good. Yeah, there is a publisher here in Brazil that makes very good books or very good looking books. There is also another very interesting movie that it's not very well or very much said around. It's not very well known. That it's called, what is it? Wait, I don't have it in here. Oh, I found it. Here it is. This movie is also very good. In English, it's called I Heart Huckabees. It's another movie that makes you think a lot. It's a very crazy and weird movie. It's if you enjoyed being John Malkovich, you will enjoy this movie too because it's also very crazy, just like being John Malkovich, and it makes you think in a lot of stuff. It makes you think about the universe, it makes you think about society and why things happen in your life and how everyone is connected. So it's a very good movie and it's fun. And it's also a very fun movie. It's called I Heart Huckabees. And it's not very well known. So it's important for me to tell other people about this movie. But first, go watch Mr. Nobody, and then if you enjoy that, I can recommend more movies for you. You usually don't watch too many movies other than Star Wars. You know that I still need to watch Star Wars. Oh brother, where are thou? I have heard of it. I have heard of it. I would need the Portuguese name of the movie to be sure if I have watched it or no. I have only watched one Star Wars movie. It was The Attack of the Clones, and it seems that it's the worst Star Wars movie, I believe. Your favorite movie at the moment is Doctor Number? or Doctor No? Is it Doctor No? But yes, I have heard about Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I have heard about that name. But I don't remember the name of it in Portuguese, so I can't relate to the movie, to the actual movie. What movie it is? I can't see it. I will need to research. Oh, The Witch. Yes! A ring! I won't get it. She's so near the ring. Yeah, she got the ring. Damn it. I wanted it. Oh, that's the first Bond movie? I have seen some of recent Bond movie. Bond movies, right? I have seen. I believe I have seen Casino Royale and also Skyfall. They were good, but I can't say that they are my favorite movies. Yes, it's a very old movie. I'm using this, but this is not the item that I need. I'm distracted right now. Guys, I think I will return to that cavern on Wednesday. Or do you guys want me to go there and focus a little bit more? Because after this talk, I got a little bit more excited, so I don't feel tired like I was earlier. So if you guys still want to see me trying that today, I can go back there. But also, if you want that I leave that for Wednesday, I'm also cool about that. Golden Eye, maybe I have seen it, but I don't remember. You don't like the newer Bond movies? I believe that Skyfall was not very good. I mean, it was normal, but Casino Royale was good. There is a movie that I want to watch. Maybe after the stream, I will see if I can find it somewhere to watch. It seems that people that enjoyed Mr. Nobody, like myself, will enjoy it because I found a list of movies that are related to science fiction and time traveling and weird stuff like that, and movies that will make you think about decisions and things like that. And this movie that I still need to watch was in there, and people were saying that the movie is great. It's called Cashback. So I really want to look for this movie. If this movie is really good, like people were telling me about, then I can recommend it to you later. Yes, 12 Monkeys is a time travel movie. Yeah, I like time traveling movies, especially if they make sense at the end. Or at least they have some sense, right? Maybe some things will remain not explained, but if I can understand something, that's good. And also, there are movies that you need to watch many times until absorbing everything. And also, there are movies that people love and they have the movie as their favorite, but when I try to watch it, I can't understand anything. The best example of a movie like this, and actually it's my least favorite movie, even with people loving it a lot, it is Mulholland Drive. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's a surrealism movie. It's so trippy and crazy. It's Mulholland Drive. It's something like that. Do you guys have heard about that movie? It's an oldie movie, but it's so crazy. It doesn't make sense at all. It's so weird. When you saw Mulholland Drive, that's my least favorite movie. Could you understand that movie? Some people love it. Of course, it makes zero sense. Exactly. But have you heard about people that love that movie? Many people think that Mulholland Drive is their favorite movie of life, and I can't see why because it doesn't make any sense. Yes, it's a surrealist movie. It's so crazy. It's David Lynch, indeed. He's a crazy person. Seriously, I tried my best to absorb everything I could at that movie and it only gets worse and worse. And then I needed to look for people explaining the movie for me, or I needed to look for their interpretations of the movie, and even after that, I was still lost. Yeah, that was a movie that I don't like it. I like complex movies. I like movies that are about hard stuff or crazy stuff, and they are so creative on how they are showing those themes in their movies. But I don't like when things don't make sense. They were on drugs? Maybe, it's possible. But actually, you feel on drugs while you're watching that movie because damn. But I need to be honest. Until the middle part of the movie makes sense. So when I was watching it, I had some hope. Oh, until here I'm good. I'm understand the movie. But then suddenly it starts to get so crazy and nothing else makes sense. That's my least favorite movie. But yes, my better recommendation for you guys is to watch Mr. Nobody. By what 9-bit is saying here and also by what I expect about Victor, I believe you two will enjoy Mr. Nobody a lot because it's a very good movie and yeah, it will make you think about your life a lot, probably, because it is a very good movie. And I will try to watch the cashback movie that I was saying because it seems that I will enjoy it. And maybe someday I can try to watch 12 Monkeys. But I still have to watch some other movies too. I'm still missing the freaking new Harry Potter movie, the Fantastic Beasts, right? I still need to watch that. I really hope that you guys watch Mr. Nobody. It's such a good movie. So, do I have enough Pegasus seeds with me? I don't know, I need to check that. Go back. No, I only have 3. Okay. So I need to get them. Also, another very good movie is Her. Have you guys watched Her? The movie about a guy that falls in love with his um, artificial intelligence or his computer, right? He falls in love with the artificial intelligence of his computer. It's a very good movie. Wait, you haven't watched her? Victor, it's so good. And it's so smart, fun, and thoughtful. By the end of the movie, you think on a lot of stuff about many different things about life, about technology, about isolation, about society. So it's a very good movie to think about things and how things work. This is the movie, Her. It's called Ela in Portuguese. This movie is so good. Anyways, I love a lot of movies, but recently I have been watching only a few. I used to watch more movies back then. But now I'm in the mood of watching movies, so I will try to watch some more. I watched a movie yesterday. I want to watch a movie today or maybe tomorrow. But yes, or musically. So you also don't like books? I enjoy reading. I have read many good books. One very good book was 2001 A Space Odyssey that Nine-Bit told us about. And also, here's the thing, I'm so curious about the rest or the continuation of 2001 because I know that the story continues and it has books. It has two more books, if I'm right. But the thing is, there is no movie. There is no other movie. So yeah, I still need to know how 2001 continues. Victor, I have a lot of books in here, but I'm like you right now. I don't have patience to read. Um I need more. I need to be more organized and more determined. Is that the right way to say it? I need to try harder to read my books. I was reading It from Stephen King. It's also a very good book so far. But yes, I have been focusing on other stuff, so I don't have time to read, or I'm never feeling in the mood, or I'm never in the mood to read. But I know that I still can um, get back to books at some point because I know that I still have to read a lot of very good books. My problem as a kid was that I was forced to read. We needed to read some books for school, and the books they weren't very interesting. So I grew up thinking that books were boring because yes, they forced us to read, and the books that they made us read they were so not for kids and hard to understand or very complex and boring, and yeah, they weren't very good books. But then, thankfully, after some years, Harry Potter saved me. Actually, it was Harry Potter. I was curious about the Harry Potter books because everyone was saying that the franchise, right? Harry Potter was amazing, and I have seen the movies, and the movies were very good. And then I decided to check the books, and thanks to Harry Potter, thanks to Harry Potter, I could uh, start reading other things, and I could select or choose the books by myself. And after that, I started going to many different directions about the books that I like to read, and it's been amazing. Yes, school books were very boring. Yeah, the same happened with me, but after you read a book that really fits you, then you start loving reading. That's what you need to do. You need to find a book that changes you. After that, you will enjoy reading a lot. You were right. You think you were 7 or 8 when you started to read Harry Potter. You read the first 4 books, but did you enjoy it? Because I enjoyed reading Harry Potter a lot. I believe that the third book was my favorite. So here we go again. Yeah, the books are great, man. You should try reading the next ones. Oh, I forgot about this. My favorite music album? Uh, okay. Here we go, getting my CDs now, right? This one. And where is it? Here it is. Okay, I'm back. So I would say that today I have two favorite bands. Um, I also have a lot of groups that I really enjoy. So I'm not that limited to two only favorite bands, but if I needed to choose the best, I would pick these two, at least for today. Because of course your music taste changes, right? As long as you keep hearing stuff. So I would say that I have two different lines of musical taste. I have an electronic line, and by that line I would include video game music, I would include French house, ambient music, um, what else? Retrowave. Retrowave is a very good genre on electronic music. Basically, I would include some old electronic music or music that sounds old, stuff like that, and also some electro rock, something like that. But I would not include dubstep. I hate dubstep a lot, or very aggressive songs. But there are some that I enjoyed in the past. For example, The Prodigy and some trance songs and music, but it's something more to my past instead of to my present. My favorite electronic band and my one of my favorite bands is Daft Punk. This is Homework, and this is my favorite album. From then it's Discovery. This is the best one. It's a classic. Yes, Brazilian music. You should enjoy bossa nova a lot, right? And then the other albums. This is Human After All and Random Access Memories. Can you guys see the helmet, the Daft Punk helmet back there? Maybe you guys can't see it, but I have it in here. So yeah, this is the new string, guys. So this is how I love Daft Punk. I even have a helmet. So yeah. Thanks 9-bit. And yeah, it is a cardboard helmet. When they were launching random access memories in here, they did an event, a fan-based event. João Gilberto, I know, I have heard about him. Yes, you know a lot of Brazilian music. Do you know Astrud Gilberto? I believe that's her name, and maybe she is the daughter of João Gilberto. I know some. I have some songs that she sings. You should enjoy her music too. I'm pretty sure her name was Astrud Gilberto. Yeah, you know about her? Nice. Yes, I have some songs of her in my catalog, right? So you also must enjoy Tom Jobim and Vinicius de Moraes. Do you know them? They do so many great bossa nova songs. I was thinking that she was his daughter, but maybe it's his wife. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The idea that I had was the daughter, but I might be wrong. But yes, that was my electronic line. Oh, you mean electronic? You know, the best way to get into Daft Punk, it was the way that I got into Daft Punk. Uh, like I told you, in my opinion, their best album is Discovery. It's this one, and oh, Bossa Nova. Oh my God. The thing is, I'm not very into Bossa Nova. I mean, I like it, I really enjoy it, but I don't hear it frequently. It's his wife, then you're right, man. Then you're right. Bossa Nova for me is like if it's playing, I like it, but I don't hear it too much by myself. That's how uh, I work with Bossa Nova. But it's a very good genre of music. I would say for you to listen to Tom Jobim and Vinicius de Moraes. Probably I would start with that. I can write in here. And who else? Maybe also Elis Regina. But yeah, mostly Tom Jobim because he's amazing. And also Vinicius de Moraes. And you can also try out 9-bit suggestions like João Gilberto, Sérgio Mendes, and Astrud Gilberto. She's also great. But yes, about my other line of music genres, I like some soft rock. I mean, some relaxing rock songs, or maybe indie rock or something like that. But the rock genres that I enjoy, they are very ethereal, atmospheric. They are not aggressive. They are relaxing, nostalgic. I really like some old rock bands. In this year, Tears for Fears, for example, will be playing on Rock in Rio, and I'm so happy that I will be there to see them. So I really like Tears for Fears and some other um, old rock bands like um, Aha and damn, I need the names. Simple Minds. I can't get the names right now, but yeah, I really enjoy some old rock bands. But then I also enjoy some atmospheric rock. There are some genres that are called shoegaze and post rock, and also uh, yeah, relaxing stuff like indie rock, Depeche Mode, right? I like enjoy the silence, but I still need to hear more songs of Depeche Mode or Depeche Mode. I don't know how to say their name. Pink Floyd. I also need to hear more of Pink Floyd. I know how it sounds. I have heard some songs, but it's still nothing that I hear frequently. It's usually something that people start playing and then I listen with them. But it's not something that I like Dire Straits. Dire Straits is so good. But yes, that's more for my old bands. For my recent bands, my favorite band of this line, of this calm and Pacific rock sounding, it is What Nothing. You probably have never heard about them, but I 1 year ago I really need to hear full albums of Pink Floyd. I have watched that crazy thing that they if you combine the Dark Side of the Moon with the Magician of Oz. I don't know how you guys say the movie. Oz, maybe it's just Oz, but I think it's the Magician of Oz. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And also Wizard, the Wizard of Oz. If you combine the Dark Side of the Moon and the Wizard of Oz movie, they fit very well. Did you guys know about that? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like the movie was made for the album, or the contrary. It's crazy. That's how I heard one of Pink Floyd's album. It was watching Wizard of Oz with the album playing. It was crazy. But yes, What Nothing is my other favorite band. So these are their albums. This is the most recent one, Life of Pause. And last year I could watch them or see their concert for free in São Paulo. I went to São Paulo and I saw them live, and it was amazing. It was exactly 1 year ago, 7 days from today, um, on July. So it would be July 17th. On July 17th last year, I watched them live. And this is also another very good album of them, Nocturne. But my favorite is Gemini. Gemini is so good. But there are also another good bands like Real Estate, Beach Fossils. Um, Let me see. There is a band called The Wake. I'm also hearing a lot of Small Black. And these are bands that have a very soft song. They are rock bands, but they are very atmospheric and ethereal. They have some electronic effects going on too. They are very creative, and the instrumental is so powerful in their songs. They have good melodies. So yeah, these are the type of musics that I enjoy the most. I can't hear metal. I don't like very aggressive songs in general. Of course, there are some exceptions. But these are the types of songs and musics that I prefer. But I'm glad to know that 9-bit knows a lot of bossa nova. That's awesome. He even knows bossa nova better than me. On that very day, in the same day you saw Iron Maiden, was it 17th July? That's awesome, man. That's amazing. That's a coincidence. Is Iron Maiden your favorite band? Because What Nothing is my favorite band of the moment. Actually, not only of the moment. Um, they have been my favorite band for some couple years. Maybe the last 5 or 6 years. Together with Daft Punk. I always loved Daft Punk. Because Daft Punk was my childhood favorite band, so yeah. Okay, I did this already. That's awesome, Victor. So we could see our favorite bands at the same day. But it wasn't on last year, right? So we not only have the same coincidence about Zelda, on how we started enjoying Zelda games, but also our favorite bands. What? Please tell me that it wasn't last year. Because yes, in 7 days it will be the 1 year anniversary that I could see What Nothing live, and it was amazing. I can't believe it was last year, Victor. Oh my god. That's amazing, man. That's crazy. And this year I will be watching, or I will be in the concert of Tears for Fears. Damn, I really love them. If you watch Donnie Darko, the movie that I recommended, then you will hear some of Tears for Fears songs because they have at least two songs in there, and it's so good. Yes, Victor, the more you know, right? That's amazing, that's amazing. We will be celebrating our favorite band's 1 year anniversary at the same day. That's awesome. Could you watch them on your own city or did you need to travel somewhere else to watch them? Because I needed to travel. I needed to go to São Paulo and I live near Rio. Oh, are you kidding me? The only Tears for Fears song you have heard? No, 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 no. That's wrong. That's wrong. If you hear Tears for Fears, you will love it. And yeah, you are missing a very good band. Go watch Donnie Darko. And after Donnie Darko, we will start loving the both songs that play in there. You will love Head Over Heels, which is my favorite Tears for Fears song. And also you will love Mad World. So yeah, go watch Donnie Darko. You need to watch this movie. It's so disturbing and it's so good. It's a classic movie. So you also needed to travel. 4 hour train ride. I needed to go to São Paulo and I went there by plane. So it was faster. It's like 1 hour, or even less than 1 hour by plane. So yeah, was it the first time that you were in the city? Because it was my first time in São Paulo. And I traveled alone. So it was a very great adventure. And there I met my friends that live in there. No! I almost did it again. Sorry if I screamed. Is that the way to say it? But that might be very loud, right? Third time. Damn, Victor. Now you are breaking the combo of our coincidences. But that's fine. We still could find some good coincidences. I almost did it again, guys. Maybe I don't need the save state. Maybe I need the save state. I kinda want to do this without the save state again. and I failed at the most easy part, right? The final part. It was supposed to be easy. Okay, I'm starting to see a problem that I'm making in here. I can't start jumping too close to the blocks. I need to jump from a distance. Even if it looks wrong, it's still better if I make it right. Oh damn. Oh damn. Now it's even worse. Okay, I did it. And I failed. Yes, I think that if I run out of my items again today, that's it. I'm getting tired again. But I had some good attempts. I could make it once, I almost did it again, and hopefully next time I will be able to make it. With or without save stating. Hopefully without, because I still have patience to keep trying this without save stating. But damn, that freaking floor master, why he wasn't there? I still can't believe on that. I was distracted, celebrating, and then he appeared. I know, Victor. Why? Why he needed to be there? I was celebrating and then I can't believe in what I was seeing next. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm there again! Woo! we have the question again. Should I save state? I don't want to do it. I'm not save stating. But there is another chance today. But the problem is, after I get there, I believe I will accidentally step at the flower, and then I will need to be quick. I will need to get my sword and start running away. You want me to save state just in case? I can save state, but let me do it. Save game. Yeah. Okay, I save state in here, but I don't want to use it. Really. If I fall, I will try everything from the beginning again. And maybe when I really give up, then I use the save state. There we go. Okay, there he is. Woo! He's back! No! Okay, I will use the save state. Come on, right? I'm using the save state. I really want to see what happens in that place. Come on. And I beat him and he appeared again. And again, I was celebrating so early. So there's no point on fighting him. Because he appears again. How can I get up there? Wait, there's no solution in here. Maybe there were two of them. That's why it didn't work. There were two of them. Come on. That's so evil. So is this the final part of the freaking... It's a ring. I returned to the entrance, so I think I did it. I think it's over. That place is over. The prize was a ring. The armor ring level 3? Oh my god, look at that! The damage taken is super lowered. That's what it does, but also my attack sucks. But if I need to have some time to think on a strategy, that's a good ring to have, because it will protect me a lot. Okay, let's change my rings now. I don't need this anymore because I don't need to return to that freaking place again. That's a good ring to start boss fights, so I can learn some strategies, right? the developers weren't 100% evil, I still feel bad by using the save state because there were two. No, they were evil. There were two freaking floor masters instead of only one. So they tricked me twice. They tricked me with the first floor master and then they tricked me with the second one. They were evil. I also like this ring a lot. That's still only 98% evil. Such a difference, right? 2%. This is a very good ring also, but the one that I have is better. Or maybe this is good after... Yeah, this is good after I know what to do in the fight. So if the boss have some great attack that makes a lot of damage, then that's the time to use this ring. I always play for defense. This is such a stall collection of rings because this gives me hearts, this protects me, and this also protects me. So I'm not an offensive person. I prefer protecting myself. So I can think on strategy. I can have more time to think on strategy. So I will keep those three rings. I think they work well. And now I will finally save and that place is over. God damn it. So yes, probably on Wednesday I can beat this game finally. Or at least I can start the final dungeon. Or what I believe is the final dungeon. Yes, I go for defense because if I know a good strategy to beat a boss or to beat an enemy, then it's just a matter of making it happen, right? And to have a good amount of time to think on strategy and don't be surprised by unexpected attacks. Defense is there for it. So yeah, Victor 9-bit, and also in case anyone else was watching me, thank you so much guys, you really helped me to get through that freaking place. I know that I used the freaking save state, but damn, I did that twice. And I almost did it 3 times, but I did it twice, so I'm very satisfied with my attempt in there. I would keep trying if I wanted, but that's cool. Let's finish that place for today, right? And also, I really enjoyed talking to you today about a lot of different things and topics. And I really hope you guys go watch Mr. Nobody and then you return here and thanks me for the movie recommendation because I really hope that you guys will enjoy it. And I hope to see you guys next time. I will see if I finish this game on Wednesday. And I'm back with Roller Coaster Tycoon on Tuesday. So yeah, save states are allowed for that. I beat that twice, man. So thanks for that. Thanks 9-bit. Also thank you for supporting me here today. Yeah guys, go for Mr. Nobody. You won't regret. I'm sure of it. So yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Have a great night and goodbye.